Edge of Eternity spoilers are here. We have Eldrazi's, we have Legoif creatures, we even have Slivers. I've got 10 cards for you here today, so let's get right into it. The first card is Anti-Casual Visage. This is a creature Eldrazi's. It's a 7/5 for 6 mana that says, when this creature leaves the battlefield, draw a card, then you may put a permanent card with mana value less than or equal to the number of lands you control from your hand onto the battlefield tapped. It also has Ward 4 because F it. Throw it on the card. This seems absolutely insane in your blink strategies. You put this on the battlefield, you blink it, it's technically now left the battlefield, it comes back, and now you just get to cheat things into play. And remember, you have at least 6 lands into play because you were able to cast this guy. And if you're playing this guy in your deck, you want to be focused more around land ramp than anything else because, again, the more land count you get, the more permanents you can cheat into play, and then he's also drawing you into cards so you never run out of permanents to put into play. This guy seems absolutely insane, and I'm excited to throw him into all of my blink decks. Cosmogoyf also seems insane for specific strategies. This guy's definitely going to change the way I brew some of my Power Matters decks. He's black and 1 green, and then a creature elemental Legoif that says this creature power is equal to the number of cards you own in Exile, and his toughness is equal to that number +1. So I just want to talk about one card here. Titan's Nest. Titan's Nest allows you to exile a card and add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool, and again, that's putting another card in exile. There's a ton of cards that do that now. We're able to exile cards from our graveyard to get advantage. Even in escape style decks, we're doing exactly the same thing. So now we're going to have this amazing creature that's only 2 mana, kind of like another Souls of the Lost, if you guys know what that card is, but instead of Souls of the Lost power being equal to the cards in your graveyard, this guy's equal to the power of cards you own in exile. Then you're sacrificing it to your greater good, your Ruthless Technomancer effects, to draw a ton of cards or generate a massive board state of treasure tokens. I love 2 CMC creatures that can just get absolutely massive and cause you to win the game at one point in the game, as long as you've set up the deck properly and you're playing it in the right strategies. This guy's going to be absolutely insane, and I'm excited to play with him. Extinguisher Battleship just makes me happy. We're 100% cheating this into play though, because it's 8 CMC. And then it says whenever it enters the battlefield, we just get to destroy a non-creature permanent. Then this spacecraft deals 4 damage to each creature. It also has the station ability, which is unique to spacecrafts. And if you guys don't know what that means, you get to tap a creature and then you get it to put a number of charge counters on that spacecraft equal to the creature's tapped power. And then once you meet a certain threshold, it actually becomes an artifact creature. For this spacecraft, it's 5, and then you get a flying trample 10/10, which seems absolutely insane to me. The next card we're going to be talking about today is Infinite Guideline Station. I'm pretty excited for this one. This is a Wooburg legendary artifact spacecraft. It has power 7 and toughness 15, which means this can actually be your commander. All it cares about is if it's a legendary and if it has power and toughness, and then it does have station 12. So 12 power, we're turning this into a 7/15 commander. Kind of insane. Then it has whenever Infinite Guideline Station enters the battlefield, create 2/2 colorless robot artifact creature token for each multicolored permanent you control. Then whenever Infinite Guideline Station attacks, draw a card for each multicolored permanent you control. Remember, if we can get 6 multicolored permanents on the battlefield before we cast this guy, that's going to instantly generate enough power to turn this into a creature right away, and then we're going to be drawing upwards to 6 cards per turn. I think that's going to be my goal with this deck. Let me know if you guys want me to flesh out a commander deck with this once the set is released. Again, I'm kind of excited to see where we can take this. It kind of reminds me of Niv Mizzet, if you will. Another card that's absolutely broken in my opinion is the Endstone. This is a 7 CMC legendary artifact that says basically once you cast it, try to win the game. Whenever you play a land or cast a spell, draw a card. And then it says at the beginning of your next end step, your life total becomes half your starting life total rounded up. Now, notably, it says your life total becomes half your starting life total rounded up. That means you always go back to 20. That doesn't mean you go to 20 and then 10 and then 5. You're just always going back to 20. So if someone can't deal 20 damage to you in one turn, you're not dying. And then you get a solid card draw engine that's just absolutely insane for storm builds, creature builds, and just landfall strategies all around. around. I think you could put this in a lot of decks that just ramp hard. The Eternity Elevator. It's a 5 CMC legendary artifact spacecraft that has add 3 mana to your mana pool, so it's kind of a solid rock here. And then we can station it for 20 plus. And then it says add X mana of any one color where X is the number of charge counters on the Eternity Elevator. This means once we get over 20 on this, we're able to tap it for 20 mana, and then we're able to put more and more charge counters on this for more and more mana. This is going to be a solid card you can put in your Power Matters strategies that is eventually going to lead to you winning the game, as long as you're including cards that have an outlet for all of that mana. Again, you want to play this in the right deck, but I don't see a lot of downside. It's a colorless 5 CMC artifact that nets you mana. So again, don't see a huge downside to just running this in decks that want to go wide and just generate upwards to 20 power pretty consistently. Throoming Hive Pool. This is a 6 CMC artifact that has affinity for slivers, so 9 times out of 10, if you guys have played a sliver deck, this is just going to be straight up free. And it says slivers you control have double strike and then haste, and at the beginning of your upkeep, create 2 colorless slivers creature tokens. So not only does this add to your board state going wide, it just gives your slivers more, keyword soup. So it's not terrible, but also in a sliver deck, do we need a 6 CMC artifact? I don't know. Slivers already give themselves haste and double strike, so I don't know if I'm playing this in my sliver deck, but it is an option for you guys. Terra Symbiosis seems absolutely insane in the right deck. This is a 3 CMC green enchantment that says whenever you put 1 or more counters on a creature you control, you may draw that many cards. Do this only once each turn. Notably, it's only 1/1 counters. I don't know why I just said counters. This card's going to be absolutely insane in the right strategy. There is no shortage of creature cards that say, hey, at the beginning of your upkeep, just double the amount of counters on this creature, because why not? And then you're drawing cards equal to the amount of 1/1 counters you put on that creature. It's also going to be insane in Zexara decks. Zexara, if you don't know how he works, he allows you to cast X spells, and then whenever you cast an X spell, you get to create a 0/0 Hydra creature token and put 1/1 counters on that Hydra creature token equal to the value of X. So let's say the value of X is 5, you get to put 5 1/1 counters on that 0/0 Hydra creature token, and then this card's allowing you to draw 5 cards. Again, absolutely insane with the right commander and in the right deck. This is just going to refill your hand every single turn, and maybe even refill your hand and then some. The next card I want to talk about is a little messed up. This is Orthos Titanic God Core. It's going to be a land planet. Land planet, everybody. This land enters taps, it adds 1 blue mana to your mana pool, and then it has station, and its station is 12. So we only have to pump 12 power into this, and then we get to pay 2 and tap it and add 1 blue for each artifact we control. That's insane. There's a ton of artifact strategies that want to go wide, and there's a ton of artifact cards that generate those constructs that have their power equal to the amount of artifacts you control. So if you have, 12 artifacts on the battlefield and a construct, you tap that, and then this can instantly add mana equal to the amount of artifacts you control. I don't know. I just think this is an insane card. I think this is probably one of the best cards we looked at today, and I think you could put this in any artifact deck that's playing blue and not be disappointed with it. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think about me covering spoilers. I don't mind it. I like looking at new cards, and if you guys like me talking about the new cards and my thoughts on them, I will keep making these spoiler videos. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one.